Humans have been harnessing the power of the wind for thousands of years, beginning in approximately 5000 BCE when we built our first sail-drawn boat to bring us down the Nile River. More advanced uses propped up in around 200 BCE when the first windmill was invented. And by the 11th century, windmills and wind pumps were commonplace for food production. These were later used in sawmills to help with grinding grain and pumping water. You might recognize this from things like Little House on the Prairie. But by the 1900s, windmills were effectively retired in favor of wind electric generators, also known as wind turbines. This ain't no technological breakdown. It's just a shift. Entropy is taught in almost every physics classroom, but it's almost never stressed to a high enough degree. Entropy is the second law of thermodynamics, and it's the process in which energy moves from high concentrations to low concentrations. As a more relevant example, water behind a dam, high concentration wants to reach the bottom of the dam, low concentration. The pressure that builds up from this can be used to spin a turbine and generate electricity. Entropy pretty much governs all physical interactions of any kind, and wind turbines are absolutely no exception. The sun warms the surface of the earth unevenly due to varying factors, and as hot air rises from one section, cold air falls in to replace it. High concentration, low concentration. That movement of the cold air replacing the hot air is what we know as wind. And by studying these wind patterns, we can pick and choose where to construct wind turbines to optimize power efficiency. The blades of the turbine are connected to a shaft leading to the electric generator, producing an electromagnetic field that then produces usable electricity. Perhaps the biggest issue with wind power is the intermittency of the resource. If the wind is blowing, you'll have more than enough power than you need to supply your needs, but if it's not blowing, there's no power. Among the most common complaints about wind turbines are the constant visual and noise pollution, and although some people do find wind turbines aesthetically pleasing, most who live around wind farms will be bothered by the excessive noise, which can make situations regarding where to build wind turbines particularly complicated. Safety is a concern during extremely high winds, as malfunctioned blades can pose serious risks to nearby infrastructure, and if the winds are high enough, then the entire turbine could theoretically blow over and deal further damage to infrastructure and potentially take lives. The chances of this are quite low, but they are chances nonetheless. In most cases, wind farms need to be set up in somewhat remote locations. This means that we'll have to transport the energy over really long distances in order to actually get it to its load. This will require some sort of power grid, power lines, etc. Anytime electricity is transported, it'll lose a significant amount of its power to heat loss, and those are numbers that just can't be ignored. At the very top of the pros list is the fact that wind is a clean and renewable resource. Sure, the wind might not always be blowing, but it's not ever going to run out. And while the construction of wind farms and the manufacturing of parts does cause some amount of pollution and general ecological impact, that particular impact is somewhat negligible compared to what's being saved by using wind energy. After the initial construction and installation, wind turbines are actually completely free. They are subject to regular maintenance, but other than that, it's extremely low cost. Landowners can also install windmills on their property for individuals or for corporations to rake in some extra cash. On a similar note, wind farms tend to produce more energy than is needed from the load, which means the landowners are also able to sell back their excess energy to their local power grid. Additionally, some government organizations will actually pay landowners to install wind farms on their land. Unlike a number of clean energy sources, wind turbines can be installed on already cleared land, which means that farmers can install wind turbines on their land while still being able to work it, which wouldn't be possible with things like solar. On Although many advancements have been made regarding the blades and generators for wind turbines, the biggest advancement has been made by Tesla Motors in our power pack located in southern Australia. The power pack is the largest battery in the world and is charged by a nearby wind farm, which eliminates the intermittency issues that we would have without the power pack. Power pack proved its worth when it reacted to a crashed coal plant in milliseconds, preventing any significant problems before the lack of power affected the load. With such incredible battery technology on the rise, tech like wind and solar won't be as heavily debated as they're both intermittent resources, a problem that's almost thoroughly solved by a power pack and other smaller systems like Powerwall. Additionally, with consistency issues mostly solved, more energy and funding can be diverted to reducing costs, as well as drastically improving efficiency, making wind and solar far more viable options than ever before. As we all grow more concerned with climate change and reducing our carbon footprint, technologies like wind and solar will not only be improving drastically, but the industries around them will also start becoming far more lucrative. And as technology improves, energy diversification becomes far more practical and cost-effective, opening even more doors to a fantastic future. Okay, that is all. Thank you for watching. If you like our content, we've got two websites. Check them out. Enjoy. As always, you can find all of our sources in the description below or on the article version of this video on that topic. If you prefer reading to watching videos for some reason, they're all on our website. They're really the exact same thing, but for psychos who don't like YouTube. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Although huge oh my god. Although huge advancements have been made regarding the blades of the turbine and all generators and all that stuff of varying sorts. Pause. With such incredible battery technology on the rise, things like wind and solar won't be heavily debated. God! Why? I don't know, because why, man? With such incredible battery technology on the rise, why?